The RSA's approach to public services combines a philosophical and a pragmatic element. The philosophical element is that we believe a good society is one in which people contribute to the quality of the public realm. And they do that through managing themselves and their own lives and taking responsibility for their own lives and their families, but also contributing something to the community. That's what we think of in terms of the good life and the good society. The pragmatic argument is that if public services are going to succeed at a time when needs are outstripping resources, we need the public to step forward in terms of managing their own needs and in terms of contributing to social good. We bring those two ideas together, the philosophical and the pragmatic, in the concept of social productivity, by which we simply mean that we should judge public service interventions, public service leadership, by the degree to which it enables people to contribute more to meeting their own needs individually and collectively. And when we talk, for example, as we are today, about something like volunteering, that's at the heart of that question. How good are public services at summoning up the volunteering capacity of their communities?
Today's event will have some very practical outcomes, we hope. It's an opportunity for people from different public services in different parts of the country to learn about what makes volunteering in public services work and perhaps what also gets in the way. We want to draw that learning together. We want that to give people an increased sense of confidence about how they can engage with their communities to transform their services and to serve their communities even more effectively in the future.
Public service volunteering means to me that I can give something back to the community. I can offer my services to improve the relationship between the public services and the community.
For me, it's about expanding our definition of public service so that it includes not just delivery out of silos, it's not just focused on service, it's focused on outcomes, and those outcomes have to be for individuals, for groups and communities.
It's important that volunteers see the benefits of engaging with a programme that delivers real benefit and opportunity for them. It's not about getting them to do something that we're trying to transfer to them. It's about getting them to see the benefit of engaging in a programme that's going to make them more resilient, make them safer and stronger in their communities.
I think that volunteering can be seen from two perspectives, and this definitely came out in the meeting today. On the one hand, there are gaps in public services that people come to fill because they feel strongly about it. But on the other hand, I think from a broader perspective, you can see it as people doing something that they believe in.
There are a certain kind of proportion of people in society that will want to volunteer and get a lot out of it and be able to help a lot of other people through doing it. But there are others who, for all sorts of reasons, will find it difficult to fit into the requirements of what different sorts of volunteering positions need. So I think we need to be doing more than just encouraging volunteering. We need to be finding ways, whether we're a public service or somewhere in the charity sector, to actually help people to come together and do these things.
We've found that by working with local communities, giving them the power of decision, the chance to actually take part in setting strategy as well as delivering services, means that we're delivering services which are much more relevant to local people.
Volunteering has the potential to transform public service. It has the potential to transform it not just in terms of delivery but also design, to transform it away from being obsessed with metrics and tick boxes into outputs and outcomes. And it really just has this amazing potential to enrich people's lives, to make a difference to the way public services are designed and delivered.
I think volunteering can change public services by influencing the public services that the community want. And on top of that, I think they can say, we can do some of that. With your help, with your guidance, we can help you deliver the services that need to be delivered.
Volunteers can change public services for the better by bringing their life experience and their skills and talents, which will be different and won't be constrained by the same kind of bureaucracy that has been kind of creating these very kind of narrow sort of roles that people have had to exist in.
What I would take away from today is that there's a lot of work to be done to actually harmonise approaches. Take volunteer skills. Volunteers have marvellous skills. Do we share those skills? I think we can. And the message coming through was the same. The opportunities are vast. The question is, how do we do that? And I think one of the key reasons is that there has to be a strategy. We can't just talk about it.
Everybody has knowledge about their community and their place, and we need to really tap into that amazing energy around place to design services in place for people, with people at the centre. That means changing the way we think about risk, changing the way we think about the boundaries around what we do, our professional qualifications, and really fundamentally breaking down the barrier between what we might call expert knowledge and lay knowledge.
It's been a very, very interesting meeting, but I would like to see at the end of this an action plan that actually says we can deliver public services better than at the moment.
All of the organisations here today are engaged in transformational change, but it's happening in a bespoke way in place. It needs an organisation like the RSA to bring them all together, to share that learning and to make some generalisations, some observations which help us to understand why change is happening and how.
Our clear message that came through today was seeing volunteers as part of a community who've come together to carry out some kind of positive action because they see a need for it. And I think as a volunteer, what I'm going to take away from this is that it's not enough just to come together as a community. We have to meet the management at middle ground in order to fill those gaps and work in tandem with the management.
I feel as if we've got some really important insights about volunteers, why they volunteer, how they do that, but we need to have the opportunity to share them.